What's up, everybody? It's Eli here from TreeFall Studios, and welcome to a brand new developer stream. We just started these yesterday. This is a series that I had done streaming live development, quite a while back, last year sometime. Did quite a few of them. They got quite a bit of views, actually. And recently I've moved a couple of times, and now I'm just getting set back up in the new office. And now I'm going to start streaming Pic-A-Block development live just a little bit more often than I used to. So, yeah, thanks for joining in. I can see, yo, PLP, what's up? I had to really zoom in to see that little flower guy. So, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. We're gonna be working on Pic-A-Block today. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty tired. I just got back from the gym not too long ago, so I'm a little tired. So it's gonna be kind of just a chill stream. I'm gonna be working on the game a little bit more. I did work on it more since yesterday. I worked on it all night last night. So we're gonna be going over some of the changes already, showing you some of the new features that I talked about in yesterday's stream. But first, you can see on the screen, we've got our Twitter handle in the bottom. If you don't follow us on Twitter, follow TreeFall Studios at TreeFall Games. That is our Twitter tag. You can keep up with all of our news there. We should have this stream shared out on all the accounts, Twitter and the Discord. I think I've got it shared in there. Let me just double check. And then on top of that, our most recent game, as I've been kind of promoting it and marketing it a bunch recently, is called Tilting Tiles Micro Challenge. It's now available on the PlayStation Store, so it's only 49 cents. I'm pretty proud of it. It's a pretty awesome game. Hopefully we can get it on the Switch pretty soon, so check out that trailer and leave a comment if you're interested in checking out the game on either PlayStation or Switch. And if you have a PlayStation, you can check it out now. One more little thing to go over before we get started doing development is I gotta say that today is the start of the Steam summer sale. So let me go ahead and pull this up here. Actually, I can show you guys Steam store. This last bit of advertising for the TreeFall Studios. Our entire catalog on Steam is on sale. So, if let's switch over here and take a look at it together. Yep, there we go. So we're looking at Steam now, and you can see if you scroll down, if you go to any of our games on here, you can see they're all on sale, and you click on the bundle. We have all 7 of our games in a bundle. When you multiply the discounts for the Steam summer sale and you put the bundle discount together, you can get all 7 of these games for $9.88, which is pretty crazy. So if you're new to the stream or you're new to TreeFall Studios, a good way to check out all of our games on the cheap is buying our bundle in the Steam summer sale. One more piece of news before we get started. I didn't do this yesterday. I normally give out shout outs to our Patreon subscribers during YouTube videos on every YouTube video I upload, but I figure I should go ahead and start doing that as well on stream. So I want to do that before instead of at the end of the stream. I normally do at the end of my YouTube videos. So I need to give a huge shout out to everybody who supports TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. Got to give a personal shout out to Carmen Red, Overhyped Gamer, and Shark and Minnow. Thanks, you guys, for what you do for TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. I could not do what I do without you. If you guys are interested in checking out the Patreon page, there will be links in the description below. All right, so you're looking at Pic-A-Block in the Unity game engine. We're running Unity 2021, and we are running it in HDRP. So if you can see, if you guys caught into the stream yesterday, you can see there's been a few new things added in the game engine. That's why I maximized for you. I modeled some blinds last night, which are actually pretty cool. And you can see I actually figured out some of the performance problems on the PlayStation. So it's actually pretty cool because I was able to turn up the volumetric lighting quality, and you can see we got some light shafts coming here through the blinds, and then that way on the floor here we're gonna have a little bit of shadows going on. I've been changing the shadow quality so you can't really see them. It just doesn't look too good. It's just a little subtle here, and then the main window is kind of down the line, but it looks cooler than it did before. And then the other main change is from yesterday. You can see I've got these like little spots here. So if we get rid of this, we go back to the scene view. Probably need to hide some of this because I don't know if there's any PlayStation settings there. Let's just go to main camera. This should be on maximized still. So let's go ahead and zoom in. Let me grab my Xbox controller. And PLB says, yeah, tonight it's happening. Join in the Patreon. Let's go. Already had Orb on Wii U, but didn't on Steam. So behind that right now, I don't have the complete TreeFall collection. There you go. That is a great thing to have. So here we are. I actually did a little bit of code. For some reason, it's not really it's working on the PC version, but it's not working on the PlayStation version. I'm trying to figure out my code error, so I might have to rewrite this code. But as I mentioned yesterday, you can't really see much of the room after the initial camera comes in. So now I've added code to where you zoom out the camera and you can zoom in the camera and you can just kind of leave it where you want it. So this way you can see it actually looks pretty awesome because you can see underneath the table down there, and you can see that that way you can see the shadows on the floor, but you can see the way that the lighting quality is set up. That's a little too far away from the camera, and you can see the hard cutoff where the shadows stop rendering in like full quality. I got to try to fix this. I'm playing around with the shadow cascade settings to try to get it to where it's full quality right at the cutoff of the far zoom out, so you can see the blind shadows all the way. I'm having trouble because the settings, I can't get it just right. I tried baking the lighting so like, the shadows would always be on the floor, but for some reason when I did baked lighting with the directional light, it actually messes up the volumetric lighting. I don't know if you have to have real-time lights for volumetric lighting. I'm not totally sure. That's all new to me since this is the first Unity HDRP project that I'm working on. But I think that I've got a workaround, and I might just duplicate the lights and like have the shadows baked on one and then like another one that's like a real-time light just to do the volumetric lighting. And if that doesn't hit the performance too hard, then that might be what I end up going with. But yeah, so it looks kind of cool from, let's like zoom out and see if this still looks fine. I guess that means that I need to, let's see. Yeah, so the motion blur volume is actually pretty small. I just realized now as I'm looking at it, if you're zoomed out like this, you won't see the motion blur. It just fades out. I might leave it like that, or I might have to include it a little bit farther. But the visuals might look kind of bad if you're zoomed this far out and the whole thing is kind of motion blurring. I'm not sure about that. And then also you can see on the left, there's just a model here, and I was testing performance. That's why the shade is this the same one? Oh, I have two lamps in the scene, actually. Lamp one, and then this shade is here. I was testing to do like a translucent material to see if I could get the light coming through the lamp, and I didn't really like it. Obviously, there's no color on the lamp, but this is a lamp I modeled for this room. It's a little off. The proportions are okay. It's not super close. It's not super bad though. Let's just like make this a little bit bigger so we can see. And then, so I was thinking today, so those are the changes. We got blinds in the room, and then we got some camera code to where we can zoom out. But I'm thinking, for today that we just model a couple of things. We modeled the book yesterday, so I was thinking today that we might look up some cool bookends and then put those. I just love looking at this right here with the shadows coming through. So let me look up a picture of bookends, and then we'll pull up Blender and work on one of those together. Ugh, the ones that come up are like cheap, ugly ones from Amazon. Okay, when you go to images, you get some cool ones. Oh man, so people use bookends that are like letters. I should just do the TreeFall stuff. TreeFall Studios. Or kind of little tree bookends or something. Oh, these barrel ones are cool. There's some wooden ones. Yeah, just those little blocks, probably. I was thinking, let me type in like unique, or let's just say fancy bookends. Um, yeah, so this is something I can look at probably to model. This is gonna be a little too complex, and this is gonna be hiding in the background. So, but if you look over here on the stream, should be able to see it now. This is something called some Etsy fancy bookends. I'm looking for the ones that are like kind of like this, but then have like a little bit of a curve to them. I'm not gonna do like all of this like intricate detail. That'd cost way too much. But I'm thinking of like doing basically the bookend like this, and then having like a swoop, and then like kind of like a rounded curve, something like that. So you get an idea of what I'm looking at, and then we can just make these together. Let me just go ahead and make sure I have the chats up. Um, Let me read these. Got the shill and shill connections done, bro. Hopefully it helps you out a bit. Okay. Um, let's see. All right, so we're gonna start with the square again, obviously. I guess there's like a couple ways to do this. Um, actually, I could just like start by, just editing the sides and just going in like this, or I could just use this like as the bottom flat part. Probably just gonna do that, to be honest. So like we scoot it over and then scoot this over. And then we're gonna take this, like, so if we're looking at the, like, where's the front? That's the front. Cool. So this is the side. Yeah, that's like what we want. So you want to drag this out, something like that. And then, like right here, you would want to pull out the end part. Actually, let's maybe make the end a little taller, something like that. Now, keep in mind, this is like not exactly modeling from a reference image. I just kind of briefly looked at it, and then we're going to kind of do it in my head. So it's not exactly accurate. All right, so, we got the bookend right here. Maybe this needs to be a little taller to hold the book, and maybe this needs to come in. Actually, like, if we do this, and then we let go of everything, we highlight all of these, we scoot over like that. That's a little too tight, because it's going to be like a swoop here. And then let's go back to where we can see again. Let's go into our edges. I think this is what we want. Let's just put one here, one here. Switch back to this. Now, okay, so that's... Huh. Let's move him. How far up do we want the curve to start? That's like a little too far. Let's pull up this and let's get it on -1. Yeah. On the dot. And then probably, I need it from this view. Like a 9 on the dot. Something like that. And then, okay, so now there's like 3 ways to do this. I'm not sure. I can either connect these and then just make, an oddly shaped thing where I'm not doing the quad, and then kind of like just change the sides, or I can, maybe I can get rid of this face and then pull this guy up and then warp the sides. Or, whoa. Or, even better, hold on. Now this might work really cool. Let's add a bunch of these here. And then I think that you can actually go the wrong way. This might not work, actually. Okay, we'll do it the other way. I was thinking... Okay, hold on. So get rid of that. Make sure we're not there. Let's take him. Let's try this. And we want to put it here because we're going to get rid of this. Because we'll combine these faces. Like, get rid of this one. Okay. You guys need to be able to see this so you know what I'm talking about. This will work just fine. We'll get rid of that one on the inside and then the other one on the inside. And then we'll take this. And then you want to go... Well, that way you can see again. You go to mesh and we'll go to merge here by distance. And you can see we removed some vertices. So now this guy is connected here. Although I guess I kind of want to move him down. So it's like kind of annoying. So now I need to make sure I get these two. That way that this is all kind of like on the same sphere. Kind of moving like that. We'll move this one up. We'll move that line up. But now what we want to do is see if we can bevel this. Whoa. Okay, so why? Okay, here we go. See, I knew you could go the other way. It just doesn't do what I want. We do want it to be this curve here. And then obviously we don't need this many. We are concerned about performance. Yo, Jordan, what's up? Welcome to the stream. And then let's go ahead and let's just cut this down to like 10. I wonder if I can make this bigger here. I don't want to cut it off at the top. That's pretty close. Actually, I bet you I could go all the way in and then just delete that vertice too. So it kind of has like the top part. But we should probably pull it out a little bit. Yeah. And then what we can do is, this looks like a little bit stubby. We're going to pull him back out to where he was. We're going to do the same thing to him. Bevel him a little bit. We're going to do this with 5 because the bottom part, it's okay. Doesn't need to be huge. And then same thing for this guy up here. Pull it out a little bit. Okay. Let's see if we have any miscellaneous vertices. We don't. Now let's take both of these sides. Actually, you know what? Let's just get it all, except for you. Don't need you. Let's get... Oh, shoot. Almost destroyed it. Control-C is your friend. All right, boom, boom. Now we got all that done. Now let's bevel those sides off a little bit more. We just literally need this to be like 1, just so it's like kind of like this. I don't know. Yeah, the top is fine. Maybe like 2 segments, to be honest. We're talking some heavy polygons back here for funsies. And then, yeah. Oh, he's looking like a little wide here. I'm like, and object, now where are you? Shade smooth. Yeah, let's look at that. There we go. That's, we want the origin, we want this to be like here. And then we want to take object, set origin to 3D cursor because it's in the center. So that way when we pivot around and we put it in the level, it'll be just like that. And then, you know, honestly, the UV unwrapping here is going to be pretty easy because we're just going to be throwing like a metal texture on this, like a tileable texture. But we just want these sides and stuff to be... you know, cut off to where like it's in the right shape. So something like this, and then probably those, and then there. So it's kind of like boom, boom, boom. Then we want to UV mark those. UV editing. Unwrap that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now, I will find a metal texture for this soon, but for now, I'll just go ahead and save it. Let's go stick it over here and call it bookend. And then, actually, like, I don't want to show all of that stuff. I'll pull it over here instead. Let's go and grab it and put it in the game so you guys can see what it will look like. And let's see if it looks bad or if it looks okay with no color on it. You want to make sure that it looks good. Bookend. Did I not export that bookend? Let's do export. Yeah, okay, there we go. You want to make sure it looks good with no texture, you know, so the model looks fine. I mean, textures will hide a lot of stuff for models, but it's having some trouble. Did it come in here? Box. Book. All right. Look at that. It's massive. It's right here. So maybe we get rid of all of these settings. We're going to compress it just a little bit. We're going to generate our UVs. And let's just go ahead and do it by a 4th and then see what we are looking at. A little strong still. 0.15 on the scale. Probably something like that. It doesn't need a rig. Get rid of that. It doesn't have any animations. Get rid of that. None. There we go. And then now this will be over here under their little side table. And you can see the pivot point is where we put it earlier. And let's see if we can do, if we can get it exactly matching this. I don't know that we can. There we go. That's on the right height. Such an interesting tool. Then we're going to hold this over right about in the middle. Boom. Put you here. Duplicate you. $180. And boom. There's going to be our little bookends down there, everyone. What do you think of that? Can't see it right now because there's still no lights back there. Oh, gosh. But it's going to look cool eventually. Let me delete this, that. Trying to get back to my live stream. I mean, you can see it somewhat in the shadows. I mean, sort of. It's going to kind of look cool. Let me look at my texture set and see if we have, you know, something. Well, actually, you know what? For now, just so it has some color on it, before I texture it completely, we can just put the same metal that's over here on that. And that will be metal table. It's like impossible to see. Okay, so what do you think about this? All right, let's put on this light here. Now I'm messing with some of the sky and fog. Nope, I didn't put it in there. Did I put it in post-processing? I put it in the scene settings. Put you up here so we can see. And okay, see, like, whoa, that's too much. 2, let's put these lights back in. Just gonna put some lights in the ceiling. See, now I'm like having some trouble. All right, I tested out some lights in the ceiling here, and you can see when you move in, I was thinking about doing some hanging lights so there would be some light in the back room. But if you do those lights and then, let's zoom out real quick so you can see we'll have some lights up there. It kind of kills the volumetric lighting. So I was like, the whole vibe of this room, let's get rid of these lights again. The whole vibe is supposed to be, it's like evening time. That's why the sky is out here like this. It's supposed to be like nighttime, and the sun is coming through, and there's like these shafts here. But if we go back to our scene settings, I just put this back to 1, and you can see like, yeah, it looks pretty good. But the rest of the room is so dark. The old version of Unity used to have a way to where you could just enhance the ambient lighting, and there's not really a way to do that. This is the way to do that with an indirect lighting controller. But as you start turning it up, it just like lightens everything up, and then you can't really see these volumetric rays unless you're over here. I'm trying to figure out like where the right value is. Maybe something like that. Or maybe this literally just needs like one light over here in the corner. Something. I try to do like a ray light heading down, but it just looks like pretty bad. So that's like the one thing, like you're supposed to be able to do like lighting really realistically in Unity HDRP, but the settings are just like trash, and like there's like no really good explanation on how you get it to look good. There's like a lot of like tutorial videos, and I need to go through some of them and see if I can make this a little bit better. But it's not like I'm not trying to go for super realistic lighting. I want the lighting to look a certain way. I don't want it to like be natural light, where there wouldn't be any light in the room. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I guess maybe like a little bit. I might just put like a little bitty lamp. I might have like the little bitty lamp on this table basically, and like having the light source like basically sitting like right here. So you could see, I mean, maybe if you have one over here the same way, like this would look a lot better. Like if we got rid, okay, so you could take a look at this together. You can see it looks kind of weird. It's like lighting up over here and like looks pretty good. It's like lighting up this table, like lighting up our plant and all that stuff. And you can still see a little bit of the rays. But in order to get the like fog rays through the window like I wanted, you got to have like dust in the room. So you got to have like fog in the room. So we actually have fog running here. But if you get rid of this, you can see like it changes the lighting completely. So like the fog itself is like all in the room, and it's like lighting up the whole room. So okay, now that I'm like explaining this right here, I think I've got a way to fix. Actually, no, I don't. I was thinking like, all right, well, maybe we just need to make a fog volume where only fog is in the window ray so we could see the light rays. But if that's the case, your camera has to be inside of the volume in order to see the fog in a certain spot. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe an area light would look better in here without fog, and then like it already looks better. Like even if you just get rid of, okay, like let's like hide these lights real quick. And we go back to our scene settings and we like increase our indirect lighting, you can already just see more. It's just like increasing like the daytime lighting basically. But I just think this vibe looks, ugly. I mean, our floor needs some molding or whatever, but overall, it's just like I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Let me know in the comments if you think the nighttime ambient lighting looks better, or if you just think you should be able to see more, because I think this looks pretty bad. I think it looks better at nighttime. And let's go back to our volume. Not this one. I have way too many Fog. Yeah, because I mean the fog kind of lights up the room a little bit, but it also makes it like too thick. I could maybe like change the distance of the fog here to where, we're kind of just hitting it right in the corner. So it looks like the back of the room is foggy somewhat. But let me put these lights. Let's put the lights back in. Oh man, they're all over the place now. Yeah, like maybe I'll have like hanging lights up here somewhere and like have some models to go with them. Let's see this again. You should have some scrolling text or something on stream advertising the TreeFall Steam bundle sale, or just announce it on the stream every 20 minutes or so. Let the people know. Yeah, I guess that's actually pretty smart. These streams are pretty chill right now. I'm just kind of hanging out and doing some development. But I aim to get a little bit better at them, to have a little bit more tech going on in the background, doing some different things in the future. But for now, I'm just kind of hanging out and chilling. But if you're new to the stream right now, PLP is absolutely correct. The entire TreeFall Studios Steam bundle is on sale for the Steam summer sale, and you can get 7 games for less than $10. So pretty good deal, I'd have to say. Okay, so yeah, that looks fine, I guess. That looks a little bit better. We made a bookend. That's pretty cool. I can't stream as long today, so I'm like, okay, I got about 15 minutes left. I'm cutting it off around 5. So I'm like, all right, what can I model in that quick time, or what do we want to do for the game? Because the settings, tinker around in the settings is kind of lame. It's kind of like, okay, well, is that exciting for people to see? I don't think so. So, like, let's go with something cooler. Whoa, is that the links to the bundle? Does that work? Let's check that out. Oh, yeah, that works. All right, if you're tuning in, PLP has dropped in the links to our bundle. You can check it out, and it's got all of our games on there. We've finally got some good ratings on quite a few of the games, so if you do pick it up, it will be real helpful if you leave us a Steam rating. That would be sick. All right, well, let's go ahead and import our book, at least. It's not that fun, but we have it done already since we did it yesterday. Let's open this up and let's go ahead and just export this. This is also not textured. I'm going to do this off stream because it'll take a little bit to get the pages right and make it look good. But we can just put it in here just for fun. Book. And it's probably going to be also massive. That's actually not too bad size-wise. Might want to go here in the settings and drop it down to like half that size. We don't need any of these things. We're not using these. We're going to compress it just a little bit for performance reasons. We're going to generate some light map UVs. These will be re-imported, but with these settings hit, that would make it easier. That's fine for a small book because we're going to have a bunch of them that'll be different sizes. So let's cut these lights off again so we can see. It's like really bad. I feel like even with the lights off, you still can't really see. It looks kind of gross. Let me maximize this so you guys can see like a little bit better. And then I guess I can do it without having the menu. And if we do that, yeah, there we go. So it'd be like this, like a book here. We do this. Let's go here. Let's go evenly scale. Can I do that? I guess it's not letting me. There we go. Yeah, little one, big one. That's a little too big, probably. Yeah. That hotkey, is that working? Yeah, that's close enough, I guess. In the ground a little bit. There we go. And we have like a couple like this. take this guy and let's just scale him just a tad on where he won't actually be evenly scaled, but it won't be enough to stretch the texture to where it's like ugly. And then like another one of these, but instead of scaling him that way, we scale him down. Let's make him like a little thinner. You know, you're not gonna be able to see the texture stretching because it'll be so tight. Scoot him over. Yeah. Then now it's time for another big one. Artistry here. Yeah, something like that. So then let's just put the lights back on in the shadows. Save that. Unmaximize this and let's run it and let's see if we can even see those from back there, if it's even worth it. We'll see. Yeah, okay. So even if you're zoomed in all the way and the level has appeared to you, you could basically see the books. You can see them like right there in the corner. So that is adding models. TreeFall Bros. We are officially back on the Patreon. Let's go. What up? New shout outs. Gotta give a personal shout out to PLP. Thanks for supporting TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. All right. So, yeah, the books, you can see them. That looks pretty good, honestly. Even if I just threw like blank colors on there, like just made one brown, another one red, you know, all that kind of stuff, because you're barely going to be able to see the pages. And then let me click on here. And if you zoom out, you know, it's really going to be small. So honestly, going to do some small textures for that. Yeah, that'll look fine. All right, there's some books there. That's cool. We'll texture those later. You'll be able to see what those look like tomorrow. So we'll put some books here. Maybe I'll scoot this bookend over because I don't want to have like too many books. And then, you know, maybe another picture frame down there. I can just put this here. And let's make this one like a smaller picture. This is a 4x6 instead of a 5x7. Ta-da! And then it can go here. Yeah, okay, watch this. Let's maximize this so you can see. Let's turn the lights on. And then like scoot that over so they're like at the edge of the wood and maybe kind of like a little back there. And then let's take another picture frame here and scoot it up front. So they got one sitting here on the ground. Another family photo, some books. They got a plant here. We'll deck out this one tomorrow. And it's time to put some stuff on the walls. It's time to make a rug. You know, put all sorts of stuff in here. But really what this scene needs more than filling it out with all this awesomeness is it just needs the lighting to be correct. So like, let me just go ahead and try a couple of things because the lighting is just too hard to see anything. And what if we zero him out? Whoa, quit. Yeah. Cool. This is in the middle of the room. See, like, this is like the problem. This is what I don't understand about HDRP. If you're another game developer in the chat, you can let me know how the new lights work. But like, okay, so you can see we got a light here, like right in the middle. And like, look at this. The intensity, I have it at, was that 1 million or 100,000? 1, 2, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1 million lux. Like that is like maybe I should go to lumens. I don't think that it matters actually. Lux, let's just go back and let's just go back to 1 million. That is like the only way. Like it's okay. This is just crazy. Like this room, like these models aren't that big. Like not that I think. Scale wise, it doesn't seem like they're that big because you know, like this in the old render pipelines, like I wouldn't have this much trouble like turning this intensity up maybe it's got something to do with these ranges here, because like it basically is not filling up this range at all. I want it to just subtly light the whole room. Let's see. Mecha Game says, I'm game dev, but I'm still using built-in render pipeline. Yeah, man. I think that's the way to go. I still have a lot of projects in the built-in. I was afraid that that they were going to be really pushing forward with getting rid of it soon. It's the most efficient by far, so like I'm still using it. Like I feel like you can get some really high quality visuals out of it. Like my tilting tiles stuff is in built in, and like it's got high quality fog in there, like lighting and bloom and all sorts of post processing effects that look pretty awesome. But I really wanted to get like some really good lighting, and I wanted to just do a test project where I tried to learn HDRP. And this is the first one that I'm learning. It's the last one I'm doing, that's for sure. I'm thinking of just finishing this project. And if I try out any of the new pipelines, I'm going to do the universal render pipeline, because it's just, I think it's like a little bit more efficient, and it would be easier to scale. Like there's no way I could get this game running on the Nintendo Switch or anything like that. So, kind of have to keep that in mind. I finally figured out a couple of the settings to change to where I have it running in 1080p at 60 FPS on PlayStation. And that doesn't seem that impressive because there's like nothing going on in this room. But for the longest time, I couldn't get it past like 40 FPS because there's just so much weight in HDRP. But I figured out how to get rid of a lot of it. It's it's kind of weird. I still have like so many settings just shredded that just aren't here in order just to get this running and working. But like, let's take a look. Okay, so we have intensity at 1, sets the distance in meters where a surface really receives the amount of light equivalent to the provided lux. Range controls how far. Okay, like if I just change this, okay. See, this is what I don't understand. Now I've blown it up. Look at this. That's like the size of, an open world game is the range that I range 18 is like filling up most of the living room, and I did it at 2,500, but none of the light was actually reaching any of the walls of the room. So like let's do 25, so it's like filling up most of the room. Maybe 50. That means, yeah, so that means that the lights will be hitting just outside of the room. So it should hit everything. There we go. Yeah, so let's go back and let's change this to like 100 or like 1,000. And then like let's go at 50. And then let's put this up here as like a skylight. It probably just, I want the background. Let's go like 40. Range 40 at 40. Have we discovered something? It looks somewhat better. Maybe hit it with the indirect multiplayer. Yeah, see, no, that's about like what I was gonna try now that it was here. So let's try that. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that range back up. 50. I bet you if I could just, yeah, that's a bright light. That would be 5,000. Like, where do they want? Let's get rid of this and see what their values are. That can't be right. 6,000. It's a little too bright for them. And then let's go to our scene settings and indirect that by like 1.5. Yeah, that's just like lighting up the whole room pretty good. Actually, you know what? So let's try something new. I want to go back and let's put him. Let's see if I can get an area light here now. So now, see, now this doesn't even give you those settings. If you want this intensity at range 50, controls how far light is emitted from the center of the object. Like, I wanted it to be like the square light that goes straight down, and that does nothing. It's so frustrating. Oh, wait a minute. This is baked. I actually don't think that real-time indirect bounce lighting is only... Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, see, I still can't even get it to show up on the ground. Yeah. But maybe if I spotlight it... Intensity 6,000. Okay. This is kind of what I was thinking. Although it's like a box pyramid, maybe. Cone. Let's go back to the box. Because like I just wanted it to like have like a light at the top of the room where it like basically covers, you know, the room. Like something like this. Okay, well, your light wouldn't really do that, but you know. See, that's what I like. Look how this is so weird. This is so weird. Okay. So, like, if we're talking about realistic lighting, if you had a square light the size of this whole ceiling, your entire room would explode. But, like, if you, like, let's say you could have, like, a light like this, a square light like this, for, like, a tube lighting, it wouldn't just project this square light like this. Like it would filter out and be lighting up this and all of this, and like the farther you got from the light, it would be less lit up, you know what I mean? So it's just so odd. The lighting is, and that's how it would work in the older Unity. If we just put, you know, a light up there, even if we just put like one of these spotlights, like it would be, or one of these point lights that are sitting right here, you know, let's say this is like a hanging chandelier range. Let's go back to like 50 or even like 30 and like do 30. And like turn this down to like 3,000, something like that. And then like maybe let's change our radius. Let's do it like 0, so it just fills up the whole thing. It doesn't really work. Put it back to 6,000. Yeah, like even something like this. Okay, like maybe I could put this in the corner back here as like a hanging, like maybe I could be like a lamp, like this lamp. Like let's say this lamp was here. Like it's still like it's too bright. Like a regular light would not be that bright on the walls, and it's like not even touching this over here. This is like in hidden complete darkness. That's not realistic at all. And I guess I can go to my lighting, and I can try real-time environment lighting. I can't. I can't. I'm running the stream and all this stuff, so I can't go and bake the lighting just to see if the baked lighting would, if I could do some baked global illumination and it would light up all of these objects enough. Because I was already running that. I wasn't trying to do global illumination real time. I was trying to do it baked, and you can see some of my settings here. And even when I was baking the lighting, like it still didn't look that good. I was thinking maybe we could take this light over here and then like turn it down a little bit. Let's just try. Let me look at that. I mean, like, why would you even need a light like that? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, let's turn it down like a little bit. And then like, maybe you're right. Maybe we should go back and go to our indirect and just use that to light up the whole room a little bit. But now it just like looks like less like evening and more like there's just light everywhere. And like, I just don't understand how you get a couple of lights to look, just like lights that are lighting up the indoor room. It's very interesting because if you guys have played, I don't know if you played some of our games, some of the stuff with better lighting. Um, I might just boot it up here and show you. Um, I don't want to spoil this because it's going to pop up on the main screen. All right, hold on 1 second. We're switching over. I'll put you on my full screen for 1 second. I'm almost done with the stream today anyways, but I'm gonna pull up my Unity hub. I don't want you to see all the projects just yet, but let's open up May's Pedestal of Trials to take a look at that. So I can give you an example about the lighting here. And let me close out this. Well, that's pretty good. Pic-A-Block, in 1 hour, we made some bookends. We put some books there. We delved into some lighting settings. We learned some things. That's somewhat okay, I guess. It's a little better, but it's not terrible. But it's something. So that's a little bit of progress. And we're just hanging out on the stream, and that's not too bad for an hour. I guess. What's the stream time at here? Oh, we're not even at an hour. We're like at 50 minutes maybe. I started it at 4:15, so that's okay. All right, Maze Pedestal of Trials is loading up here, and we'll take a look at this in the engine because if you guys haven't played this game, there's a level called the Tomb, and inside that level, there's actually a ton of lights, and they're like everywhere. Okay. And like, so I know how to do all this. I'm not like just dumb, I guess. I know how to do this stuff in the regular version, the built-in renderer, but I can't seem to get any of the settings that I've messed with in HDRP to have good results. And I've even watched some of like Unity's actual lighting setup tutorials, and I still have trouble. To get the lighting to where it looked like it does now, I watched a tutorial and changed all the directional light settings to get it to show up like that. Because even the regular directional lights, they don't look the same anymore. So I don't know how I feel about the HDRP yet. It's heavy, it's convoluted, it's a little confusing. Not that game engines need to be super easy to figure out or anything like that. I mean, it is a difficult skill, but I still feel like Unity is becoming a little bit more bloated than it should be at this point. A little hard to figure out. Maze is taking a little long. My computer is like, you sure you want to open this up right now? But I guess for that, I'll go to advertise my Steam bundle one more time. It's in the chat description. PLP let you linked it for you guys. 7 games for $9.88. Can't go wrong. There's a good mix of TreeFall games in there: arcade, puzzle, adventure, and horror. Everything that you could ever want. And it's only $9.88. Also, if you can see on the screen while this Maze Pedestal of Trials is loading, I got Tilting Tiles Micro Challenge advertised for PlayStation. That's only 49 cents. You can't go wrong there. Okay, so I've got this open. Let me navigate here to the level I'm talking about. This will be the last thing I show you guys on today's chill stream, and then I'm gonna call it for today. But okay, so let's go ahead and switch over the camera here so you guys can see this. So now we're inside the game engine for Maze Pedestal of Trials. Ben Josh says, hey, hope you're well. Hey man, thanks for joining in on the stream. I hope you are doing well. I am doing just fine today. I'm a little tired. I worked out at the gym earlier, and now I'm just doing a chill development stream where we're taking a look at some of the games. So you can't really see in here. Let's go ahead and maximize this. I mean, you guys, if you've played this was so hard to make. Like, was so confusing for me to build all of this. Like, if you can see all of these levels, and I designing this level per se, to make sure that there was a maze on the bottom floor, and then that there was a maze on this mid floor, and then that you could jump across these top levels up here, was kind of difficult because then I had to choose where I wanted the walls to go. So there was an actual like semi maze that you could jump through up here and stuff. But if you can see, like, this level looks nuts because straight up, look at all of these lights. These lights are on like every single little crystal. There's a different light, and you can also see that I have objects themselves. If we turn on the actual lighting, like these crystals actually glow themselves and light up the walls for you to see, and then you can see like it's bleeding over all this green light. And I have these turned down. I mean, like these are pretty small lights, so this is kind of like dark and stuff for this game. But like I can't figure out how to get any of the lights in HDRP to look like any of this, even with emission. And this runs pretty good because none of these lights are real time. They're all baked illumination. So, it's just baked into the light map, which is, kind of somewhere in the middle in terms of scene size. I wonder if I can even run this and play on here in the engine. I don't know. It should be. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Except for I can't get out now. Let's see. Pause that. Game 1080p and maximize on play. True. Let's run it in 720 just so this doesn't destroy my stream. My computer's gonna be like, don't die. It looks weird because it's like cut off, but you can see. Okay, so you can see, like, I mean, when in this game, like this light is like barely kind of touching these walls, these blues, all this is like melding together and stuff. And it's like lighting up the entire level with just using all these different lights on an indoor scene. So I have done indoor stuff before, just to put it in perspective. This lighting is kind of dark. When you're looking at it on stream, I don't know how it comes across there, but if you're looking at this on a good display or like a good TV, if you're playing it on the PlayStation, like I feel like there's enough light so you can see where you're going and stuff. But for some reason, it's just super confusing, and I don't understand the HDRP stuff. It's all different, and the settings just they're so much less intuitive, even though they're supposed to be realistic. Even if you look up like realistic values of light, it's not that high, like all those values I was pressing in earlier. And it doesn't matter, like it just doesn't reach anywhere in the levels or the scenes. So I feel like outdoor lighting in HDRP is easier because it feels like you can do a lot with the sky lighting and you can do a lot with the directional light. But like since there's only a little bit of that directional light coming in on the window on Pic-A-Block, then it's kind of hard to see. So we can boot this back up here. Yeah, so I feel like I don't know. It's like a little too bright, but I'm gonna play with it some more tonight, and then we'll see how it's looking tomorrow. I'll probably do one more stream tomorrow. We'll see how that's going. Oh, PLP, you silly goober. And I'll probably just do a little bit more research and test up a couple of things tonight so that we can, have a little bit of a better looking scene tomorrow. It looks okay. I mean, we learned a couple things, live here about the lighting, but hopefully we can get it looking like just perfect. Like the room is just lit up and is just kind of like evening lighting with just like one lamp on. That's the vibe I'm wanting to go for, because I kind of want it to be dark and I want the puzzle to be the main focus, but I still want you to be able to see the background since we're putting so much time building some models to put in there. So anyways, thanks you guys for tuning in to this development stream. The sun is coming out hard through those blinds. I actually closed them in order for it not to be so harsh on my face. But now you can see like exactly the blind from the window hitting me. It looks like kind of bad, but that's okay. Thanks for tuning in to this stream. I'm going to go ahead and give a couple more shout outs before everyone heads out for the today. Like I said, I already closed it, so I don't have it. Actually, you know what? PLP has it linked in here. So let me go ahead and pull this over one more time before we go. One more advertisement. The Steam TreeFall Studios developer bundle. Everything is on sale for the Steam summer sale. So you can get puzzle goodness first person goodness, everything that you want right here for $9.88. So it's going to be pretty awesome. If you've never played a TreeFall Studios game before and you pick this up, be sure to check out our Steam bundle while it's on sale for the Steam summer sale. Also, go ahead and like I said earlier, Tilting Tiles Micro Challenge is now available on PlayStation, and you can pick that up for 49 cents. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't. There are links in the description below. If you want to join our Patreon page, you guys can do that, get special bonuses. You can check that out below. Another important thing is just keeping up with us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter at TreeFall Games, and you can also join our Discord. We post random stuff and just have chats in our Discord. The links to be invited to join the Discord are in the description below, so you can also check that out. But all right, guys, thanks for tuning in and just having fun learning and checking out some game development with me. We'll be back tomorrow with more Pic-A-Block, and hopefully it looks a little bit better. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next video.